Hello guys. So if you have been following my videos, you will notice that the previous one just cut. So I'm continuing from where we ended on the previous video. So this is like part 3 and the last part of this paper. Okay. So the question reads, Hachi throws a die 80 times. The results are shown in the table. We can see the table here. Okay. We can clearly see the table here. So we ought to understand now to say we are using the table to answer the following questions. So write down the mode. So what is the mode? Which number, okay, on the die? You know that a die has got these 6 numbers. So which number appears more times, okay, or the most appears like it has more frequency. So we are going to come and look at the highest frequency, which is 16. So it gives us it tells us that 2 appeared 16 times. So it is the mode. Then work out the range. The range is the highest minus the lowest. So the range is 5. Then work out the median. Okay. How do we work out the median? How do we work out the median of this kind of the grouped data? So median, we say, actually, I'm going to say median position. Not really the median, but the position of the median. Median position, we are going to use this number here. We say n plus 1, isn't it? That is what we're going, let's see. So we are going to say 1 over 2, then number 80 times. So 80 plus 1. We're going to have 1 over 2, then 81. And this will give us 40.5. All right. So we need now to understand to say on the frequency here, where are we going to have the 48.5 number? So we need like to start counting. Okay. The point at which, because you know that this is like the middle number when you arrange the numbers in their ascending or descending order. So at this point, we need to start adding cumulatively until we get to a point where we're going to have 40, where 40 falls. So we add 15 to this 16 here. What do we get? We are going to get 31, isn't it? Then on 31, when we add this one, 14, what are we going to get? We are going to get 45. You get my point? We're going to get 45. So we have gone beyond the 40th term, or the 40th number, if you like. So meaning, if we were counting them one by one, the 40th number is going to be obtained in here. So we come this side and get what? 3. So 3 is our median. 3 is our median. That is our median. Okay, very simple. Then calculate the mean. We need now to calculate the mean down there. You've seen the question that talks about the mean. Calculate the mean, which is this one here. So this question, mean, which is x bar, is equals to summation of fx just over summation of f. What do we get? All right. So we need now to start multiplying these numbers here. Like 1 multiplied by 15, 2 multiplied by 16. So we have 1 multiplied by 15 plus 2 multiplied by 16 plus 14 multiplied by 3 plus, what do we have? Okay, let me just try to, so that I can see. Okay. Okay, I'll enlarge it shortly. Let me just finish. So then we have 4 multiplied by 11 plus 5 multiplied by 9 plus 6 multiplied by 15. Then divided by the summation, how many? There are 80. That's what we need to do. All right. That's what we have to do here. So now we work out this on our calculator. Or you can actually do this easily without a calculator. Okay. You can actually do this easily without a calculator. So let's calculate. What do we get? So we have 15 plus 2 multiplied by 16 plus 14 multiplied by 3 plus 4 multiplied by 11, all right, plus 5 multiplied by 9 plus 6 multiplied by 15. So what are we going to get? This is going to give us 268 over 80. All right, that's what we're going to get. I don't know if I have missed something in my addition there. So I am going to get 3.35. This is what I'm going to get. I hope I haven't missed any. Okay. I hope I haven't missed any. We come to this question now. Question 7a. Question 7a says 1 mile is equals to 1.60934 kilometers. Change 6 miles into meters. Change it's 6 miles into kilometers. So what are we supposed to do in this case? First of all, you need to understand that 1 kilometer is equals to 1,000. Okay, 1,000 meters. You need to understand this. All right, 1,000 meters. So it is like, that is the process there. So we are going to say 6 multiplied by, we want to change 6 miles into meters. So we are going to say now 6 multiplied by 1 point hello? So remember that because we are converting 6 miles into, first of all, 6 miles into a kilometer, but finally, when we have the kilometers, we also have to multiply by 1,000. Okay, 1,000. Why are we multiplying by 1,000? Because the answer has to be into meters. That is an instruction. And again, we are told that we should write our answer correct to the nearest meter. So meaning we shouldn't have a decimal number. So we are going to multiply by saying 6 multiplied by 1.609,344 multiplied by 1,000. So we are going to get 9,656 meters. All right, that is the answer that we are going to get. So we have this question now, B1. The bearing of a boat from a harbor is 322 degrees. Work out the bearing of the harbor from the boat. Okay, so we need to have the bearing of what? The boat. So let's say this is the boat here. Okay. The bearing of the boat from the harbor. The bearing of the boat from the harbor is what? 3. Yeah. 3. The bearing of the boat from the harbor is 300, like this one. 320. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. Okay, now I think it will make sense if we write it in this manner, because this angle could be smaller than that. Okay, so we're going to say, let it be like this here. So the bearing of the boat from a harbor, which is this one, is, so here, do this, is what? 3, this is 322. Okay, then now find the bearing of the harbor from the boat, which is this. All right, so this is very easy. Or what we are supposed to do here, there are 2 ways that we can do it. Okay, there are 2 ways that we can do it. We can actually find this angle here, because when we find this angle, we know that it is equal to this one. All right, so how do we find this angle? You know that this is like this, but this is 180. So we can subtract this one from 360. I mean from 322. We can subtract 180 from 322. What do we get? This is going to give us 142. So meaning 142 is what we have here. Then this 142 is an alternate angle to this bearing that we want. So this answer is 142 degrees here. All right. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear there. Okay. A boat is 12 kilometers from the harbor. At 2:30 p.m., the boat starts to sail to the harbor. The speed of the boat is 5 kilometers per hour. What time, work out the time the boat arrives at the harbor. First of all, we're going to say speed is equals to distance over time. Okay? Distance over time. So in this case, what are we given? We are given the distance and we are given the what? The speed. So we need to find the time. So we're going to say time is equals to distance over speed. Distance is 12, speed is 5. What do we get? This is going to give us what? 2 over 5. Okay, this is time now, isn't it? This is our time. But take note, when we have time like this, these are hours here. These are hours. This fraction is a fraction of like an hour, and an hour has got how many minutes? It has got 60 minutes. Okay, it has got 60 minutes. So this into this one, it's 12. 12 multiplied by 2, we're going to have, 12 multiplied by 2, we're going to have 24. So we have 2 hours and 24 minutes. So this is the time that it was taken, isn't it? This is the time that was taken. So if we need to add time now, we're going to say the time that was taken is 2 hours. So it started off at 4:30. When we add another 2, 24. So the time is going to be 5 here. Then we say 4 p.m. Okay. That's what we're going to get there. So that is the answer. That is the answer. Let's move on to the next question. The scale drawing shows the position of Shati's house, which is S here. Okay. And the Mairi's house, which is M here, on a map. The scale is 1 centimeter represents 4 kilometers. All right, that is very important. So now measure this distance. Well, let's measure this distance. When you measure this distance, you're going to get 9 centimeters. I don't know if I have done it accurately. That's what you must also be able to get. Okay. So if this is 9 kilometers, you know very well that if 9 centimeters, and then we are told that 1 centimeter represents 4 kilometers. So the actual distance apart, okay, on the ground is going to be 9 centimeters multiplied by 4 kilometers. What do we get? Not really. Okay, so we are saying, we actually put it this way. This is 1 centimeter is equals to 4 kilometers, isn't it? Then, yeah, it's the same thing. This is what we get. What do we get like this on the ground? So you just cross multiply. You're going to have x is equals to 36 kilometers. The distance apart here. The distance apart these two places is 36 kilometers. Okay. And if you measure this angle here, you're going to get 127 degrees. Or you could actually, it can be an angle or a bearing. So measure the bearing of M from S. The bearing of M from S, where this is what I've just told you, that we are using a protractor. You just measure this. The bearing of M from S is just this one here, which I've just told you that to be 127. You can compare and see what you're going to get. All right. Then here we have, okay, what is this now? Let's try to, okay. So we have a question below here. This scale drawing shows another map with the Shati's house, which is S, marked on it. The scale of this map, so the scale now has changed. The scale now has changed. It's 1 centimeter represents 5 kilometers. Okay. Then mark the position of Marine's house on this map. Okay, so the first thing that we are supposed to do here, ladies and gentlemen, is to first measure our angle, which is 127 degrees. Then you remember we had this line here. Okay? We had this line here, isn't it? So what we are supposed to do, we know now what has changed is the scale. What has changed is the scale there. What has changed is the scale. So meaning what we are supposed to do at this point is we know that the distance from the first one, the distance from one house to the other is 36 what? Kilometers. When the scale was at 1 to 4 kilometers. Now the scale has changed. So we need to divide now this 36 by 5 kilometers because the scale has changed. What are we going to get? What are we going to get? We're going to get 7.2 centimeters. So we need now to measure on this line from this point. You put your ruler here, I mean a 0 here. Measure, where do you have your 7? Where are you going to have your 7.5? At whichever point you're going to have, I mean 7.2, that is where your M is going to be located, or that is where your M is going to be placed. Okay? I hope that is clear. So we have this question now. We have this question here. We have this question here. So what are we going to get? Complete the table of values for. So this part is empty, this part is empty, this part is empty. So I'm going to demonstrate to you one, and then you should be able to work out the other ones. Okay. This is very simple. All what you need to do is, since we know what the x coordinate is, we want to find the y coordinate. So we're going to say y is equals to our x. What is our x coordinate? Our x coordinate is -15. So we're going to say -15 squared plus 6 -15, yes, -15, then minus 160. What do we get? Okay, what do we get? So we are going to have let's work this one out and then see what we are going to get. Okay, let's see what we're going to get. So I'm getting -25. So this is what we're going to do again for this 10. We're going to do the same thing. All right, we're going to do the same thing here. We are going to do the same thing. So we put what? We are going to say now 10 squared plus 60 there minus 160. So this one is going to give us a 0 here. This one will give us a 0. Let's do the last one. Last one is 15 squared plus 6 multiplied by 15 minus 160. We're going to get 155 here. I don't know. Is that what you're getting? So you get 3 marks for doing that. I hope that is simple. Then now on the grid, draw the graph of this one. Okay. So we're actually just plotting these points, isn't it? We're actually just plotting. So let me try and see if I can slightly reduce it. So we are starting with -20, which is here, -20. Negative 20 over 120. 120, where is it? So we need to understand how to read the graph here. It's very important, very, very important. Okay. So we are looking at 120, where is it? So this is, we say this is 10, 20, 30, 40, yeah. So it's like each one of these is 5. It's 5 here, isn't it? So this is 5, 10, 15, 20. So this is where the 21 is here. Okay, that is where the 120 is. I've done that one. The next one is negative 15, comma, negative 25, negative 15, comma, negative 25. So again, this is going to be 5, 10, 10, 20, 25. Supposed to be this point here. Yeah. 20, 25. It's supposed to be this point. All right. Then we go to the next one, which is negative 10, comma, negative 120. Negative 10, comma, negative 120. So this is going to be negative 120. Okay, so this is going to be here 10, 20 to be this point. Oh, it's not very clear. Come and erase these 2 points here. So we have, this is where it is, 10, 20, this one. Okay, next one is negative 5, comma, negative 165. Negative 165. So negative 5, negative 165. So this is 160, 65 is this one here. All right, then we should have having 0 now, isn't it? 0, 160. 0, negative 160, sorry. 0, negative 160. So 160 is this one. All right. Then next one is 5, negative 0.5. 5, negative 105 is this one here. Okay. Then 10, 0. I still remember this one. Then 15, 155. 15, 155. 15, 155. 15, 155. This point. So now we need to join, isn't it? We have to join. We have to make sure that the joining should be very smooth. I don't think I'll do it better. I wish I could do it better. Yeah. Yeah, I've missed it somewhere. Anyway, that is it. We can do something like that or better. Yeah. Yes. All right, so we continue. Now I can enlarge it so that we can see. All right. Let's see the subsequent questions. So they write down the equation of the line of symmetry of axis. Okay. So like we want, where's the line where we can like say we'll fold this at the bottommost here. Okay. 3, yeah. So it passes through this point, which is 3, isn't it? The vertical one, it goes up, 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 up like this is the, yeah, this one, it goes up like that. Just, you can put a straight line here. So this is the line they're talking about. Okay. I hope we know, we see that. So it's going to be, then we go to the next one. We go to the next one. I hope I won't miss it. So find the coordinates of the lowest point on the graph. The coordinates of the lowest point. Let's see, the lowest point on the graph, it's this point here. All right, so what is this point here? This is -3, comma, so this is, this is 60, 70. This is 70, 60, 70. Okay, so if I did mine correctly, then the points, like the lowest point, there must be -3, -170. Okay, that is if I did mine correctly. Then use the graph to solve the equation. So this is very simple. Where y is equals to 0, what is x? Where y is equals to 0, what is x? Where y is equals to 0, what is x? So you know that where does y cut the x-axis? Where does y cut the x-axis? At this point, that is one of them. The second one is at this point here, at this point. So it's like we have -16 and 10. -16 and 10. -16 and 10. All right. Rearrange the formula. Y is equals to mx plus c to make x the subject of the formula. Okay. So this is going to be minus c is equals to mx. We divide both sides by m. We divide both sides by m. So x is equals to y minus c over m. That's what we're going to get here. Okay, then we have question 9. Taraki has 2 fields. He grows wheat, barley, and corn in his field. The diagram shows Taraki's 2 triangular fields, that is PQR and PRS. The angle PRS is 90 degrees and angle PRS is equals to 53 degrees. The distance PQ is 174, QR is 120, PR is 126. Now show that the angle at which is PRQ is 90 degrees. Okay. How do we do this one? This is very simple. You need to understand. For instance, in this case, we assume that we don't know. Of course, going by this angle, they are saying this is a right angle triangle. Okay, so we could say this is what we must do. Okay, so I'm going to say, you know that when we are given the three sides, of a triangle, we can use cosine rule to find one of the interior angles. So this is what we're going to do. So we are going to say cos R is equals to, we use these two sides now. The other two sides, I'm sure you know the cosine rule. It's going to be, for instance, it's going to be Q, we can say Q squared plus P squared minus R squared over multiplied by Q multiplied by P here. Yeah. So that's what we're supposed to do. That's what we're supposed to do here. So we just have to say, this is going to be now 126 squared plus 120 squared minus 174 squared over 2 multiplied by our Q is 126 multiplied by 120. Okay. Then we say cos. Okay. Okay. In fact, at this point we can go ahead and find like the angle. Let's try and see. Of course, I don't know the type of the calculator that you're using, so I can say this angle here, which is at R, is going to be equals to the inverse of this one. Then you bring this as it is here, down here. Then you close. Okay. What do you get? Let us try to do that and see if we're going to get the same answer. Let's try to do it and see what we are going to get. Then we should be able to compare our answers together and see if we are going to have the same answer. 2 multiplied by 126 multiplied by, oh sorry, one of them is oh, that is 120 there. 120. Yeah, so when you do that, this is actually going to be 90 degrees. This will actually be 90 degrees. You can do it in bits. That will be actually 90 degrees. So I don't know, I can as well try to show you using this other method. I don't know if they also considered it, and I also don't know if it can apply, but this is not a fun exam, so you can give it a try. So I don't know, let's see. For me, I'm thinking the other method could be, if they are saying we have this triangle, for instance, like this is 120, then this is 126, and then this one is 17. If this is what they have, and they are saying this angle here is 90 degrees, if they're saying this angle is 90 degrees, then this concept must also hold, isn't it? You know our concept. This concept should be, because we know that if we say 120 squared plus, I don't know, I'm just trying to show you. But of course, this doesn't give us the angle per se. So it's like we're just, no, I don't think we can use Pythagoras theorem to prove that. I don't know. So we can see if this and this will be the same, then we can say, because Pythagoras theorem also holds this concept, isn't it? So do we get that? But of course, the first one that we did is what you need to have. So this side, we're going to have like 3027. What about the other side? 174. It actually also gives us the same. I don't know if this was going to be validated if you used this one, because you don't know. Learners can do like a lot. But this one will just prove that. So I don't know how you can back this one. Anyway, we can go by the first one. Okay. So we are being told that we need to calculate the area of the quadrilateral, giving your answer correct to 3 significant figures. Okay, so we need to find the area of this whole quadrilateral here. So how do we do it? Okay, how do we do it? So we can say we've got 2 triangles here. Okay, we've got 2 triangles. Now, how do we calculate? How do we calculate the area of this? Okay. So, the area of this triangle, for instance, if it's this one and it's given as, then we also need to find the length of this side, which is PS there. Okay. So I'm thinking, since now we know that this is like a right angled triangle, okay, because now we know that this is a right angled triangle. So for this one, we can say it's 1/2BH. Our B is going to be this one, and our height is going to be this one. I don't know if that can work, or maybe we should use the sine. Okay, let's go and see first of all. Anyway, let's first find this. We find this distance here. So to find this distance, which is PS, we are going to use the one of those ratios. Okay, we're going to use one of the ratios. This is the opposite. This is the opposite to this angle, and then this is what? The adjacent. Okay, so what are we going to use? We are going to use a tangent, isn't it? I mean, yeah, a tan. So we're going to say tan theta is equals to tan theta is equals to the opposite, which is x, the one that we're looking for, over adjacent, which is 126. And then this part where we have tan here, we've been told that we need to put 53 is equals to x over 126. So when we cross multiply, x is going to be equal to x will be equal to tan tan 5.3 multiplied by 126. So this gives us what? 167.28. I can put it at this point maybe. Yeah. So I was trying to tell you that I'm trying to look at what can we do. So if we take these two as right angle triangle, as it has been confirmed, we can say this plus, again, the second one, we do the same thing, which is going to be B and H. So say, if we look at the first one, it is going to be 1 over multiplied by, what is the base? The base is 120, and then multiplied by the height. Height is going to be 126 plus, again, we do the same thing for the second one. What is the base? The base is going to be this one now, 167.2. We can actually just write it even like this. Then multiplied by the height will still be the same one, which is 126. So we can say 2 into this one, what do we get? We get 60 multiplied by 126 plus 2 into this one, we have 167.2 multiplied by 63. Okay, so that's what we have. So we're going to say 6 multiplied by 126 plus 167.2 multiplied by 63. What are we going to get? This is going to give us 18093. This is 3.2. Okay, and then we're told that we need to put to write this to 4 significant figures. So since the question wants us to write our answer to correct to 4 significant figures, then we're going to have 18090. Okay, this is what is going to be our answer. Okay, of course, we are talking about the area, isn't it? So we need to have meter square here. Okay. And now we have the mass M tons of wheat grown in 2021 is 1.3, it's 4.3 tons. Correct to 1 decimal place. Complete the statement. Okay. So you know what we are supposed to do here is first of all to find like the absolute error. Okay, so like the relative. Okay, so the absolute error. Okay. So first of all, when you look at this one, how many decimal places do we have? Okay. Measurement unit of error here we have 0. Isn't it? 0.1. Now this 0.1, we need to multiply it by 1 over 2. What are we going to get? This is going to give us 0.05. Okay, that's what we're going to get. And then this is now, we need to add this one. We need to add this one and subtract it. I don't know if you're able to get that. So I'm trying to say that if we add this one to find the upper limit, when you add this one too, it will be like 4.35. When we subtract it, Okay, when you subtract this, okay, when you subtract, what do you get? This is going to give you 5 here, 2 point, isn't it? So this is going to be 4.25. That's what you're going to get there. Then we are coming to the end. So we have in 2020, 2.6 tons of barley is grown. In 2021, 3.25 tons of barley is grown. Show that the percentage increase in barley grown from 2022 is 25%. Okay, so we need to show the growth here, that the growth from 2020 to 20 is what? 25%. All right, so what are we supposed to do now to show that? What are we supposed to do to show that the movement, we need to make sure that we actually say that we do the increase is going to be, we know that because we're looking at the increase, isn't it? So the increase is, to find the increase, we are saying minus over 2 point, because this is where we are coming from. Okay, we do all this, then we say multiplied by what? 100%. This is going to give us 25%. Okay, this is going to give us 25% there. Then in 2019, 2.4 tons of corn is grown. In 2020, 20% more is grown than in 2019. In 2021, 20% less corn is grown than in 2020. Calculate the amount of corn grown in 2021. Okay, calculate the amount of corn grown in 2021. So you need, first of all, to look at the amount of corn that is grown in 2020, yes. The amount of corn that is grown in 2020, how do we look at it? Okay, so we have to understand that at this point, we need to come and say, this is the ton that was grown in what? In 2019. And we are told that in 2020, 20% more was grown. So how are we going to write this one? So we have to increase the percentage. Like now we are going to have like 120, okay? Because we have a 20% increase. So on 100%, we are going to have an addition of 20, okay? So we're going to say 120 over 100 because of that increase, then multiplied by 2.4. This is going to give us 2.88 tons. So this is what was grown in 2020 here. Okay, this is what was grown in 2020. Now, in 2021, there was a reduction. There was a reduction of, again, 20%. So a reduction of 20% means from 100, we are coming to 80 over multiplied by what? The tonnage that we had in 2020, which is 2.88. And when we work out this, what do we get? This is going to give us 2.3. Okay, 2.3, isn't it? It's going to give us 2.3 if we round it off to one decimal place. Okay, that's what we're going to have. And this is what is going to be the last answer. All right. I hope you managed to follow and you got something. Thank you very much for following.